Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm the creative director of ORIANA. I want to say a very big thank you to all my subscribers. And if you are just visiting this channel for the first time, you're welcome. And kindly subscribe and hit on the notification bell so you can get notified once I upload any sewing tutorial. So this video is I think I've done something like of this before, a two-piece, but I had to just redo this just to freshen our memory about how to go about this because a client requested for it. So I just thought of using the opportunity of doing a video of this. So that is me. I marked the length of the skirt and the allowance, so that is where I'm placing the hip depth. Of course, if you follow my videos, you know how I do go about my hip depth. But if you don't know how to do this or you want to learn how to take your body measurement, you can check on our previous video on the channel. So right now I'm trying to divide my hip into four, sorry, my waist into four, like we always do, which I've done already. And then I marked. I won't really be doing a lot of talking on this video because this part is the skirt part, and already we have an idea of how to draft a skirt, you know. But if you don't if you are just a beginner and you don't know how to go about this, just watch our previous video of how to do a two-piece. It's not going to be difficult. You could just keep watching so you can get it right. So I'm trying to mark all my um all my measurements and then connect each point together like so connect each point together, which I'm doing that. So I'm trying to be careful on how I'm placing my curve rule, trying to be careful of how I'm placing my curve rule. And then remember, on the hem of the skirt, you really don't need an allowance. You just need to place your hip measurement on the hem of the skirt. That is that part. You place it, that's the waist, that's the hem of the skirt. You just place your hip measurement. So right now I'm going to be cutting through. I'm trying to manage my fabric and also not to cover the camera while I'm cutting. That is why you have to see me place a scissors on that part. So right now I'm going to be using this to cut the back of the skirt. This is a freehand. You can see we did not do anything like pattern. It's a freehand tutorial. If you are not very sure of yourself, you can do this on pattern paper, but because of time, I just thought of doing this on the freehand. So I'm trying to fold for the back, for the back of the for the skirts, for the back. Please, when you are folding, ensure that you fold properly and manage fabric. My dear fellow tailors, learn how to manage fabric, or if you are just doing it for yourself, learn how to manage fabric. You can see I'm just trying to, I'm trying to put this together so I will manage the fabric. Even if you have excess of fabric, don't waste them. Help your client manage. Just manage the fabric and make sure everything is aligned. And I also noticed that the fabric is not resting, so I have to use my steam iron. Always have your steam iron on when you are working. If you don't have it on, just wait for NEPA light or you turn on your generator to have your steam iron. So I've been able to do that. That's to fold the back for the zipper. So that part is the zipper. Please, if you don't know this, the back we just folded is for the zipper, and I'm leaving about 2 inch. This part, that's the part for the hip. That part for the hip is where we are going to place the butt allowance. If you are used to do how I do this, you would understand. So I'm going to place about 2, or I think yes 2, because this person, she has a big butt at the back. That is bust allowance. So I'm just going to first of all cut this out. I just want to cut this out first, and then open up that zipper part so that we'll understand. Then open up that zipper part. So I'm just trying to do this so that the fabric over there won't really disturb me. So right now the allowance for the zip, we'll place it back there on the waist part. If it's 1 or 1.5 you want to do, you do that, and then you roll your line up. You might be wondering how this would come out. Just watch out, it's going to come out very well. So remember, we are putting 2 inch on our hip board, and then other allowances you have for the side, you replace it. As you have for the other side of the skirt, you replace it, and then just roll out. And then you can see I'm rolling out. And also when you are done with that, you just cut through as I'm doing like this. So you need that allowance for the slits. Yes, for the slits. Just follow this step. It's not difficult. It's not difficult. You might be wondering, why would I replace my zip allowance on the other side of the skirt? If you'll be following how I do my skirt, you would understand this. So it's not difficult, just follow through. It's not difficult. It's just to create an allowance for the butt, so that after sewing, when you wear, or your clients wear the skirt, or if it's a dress, a fitted dress you are doing, she won't be that it won't be so tight at the butt. So I'm done for that. I'm going to place it aside, and then the next thing I'm going to be doing right now is to cut the one for that is the crop top. So this is me. I'm also trying to fold my fabric and make sure I get a better part of the fabric for the crop top. See, I'm managing. I didn't just continue on the other side of the fabric. Like I always mention, manage your fabric. Learn how to manage your fabric. So I'm going to draw out my starting line, and then the length of the crop. That is where I'm marking the starting line, and then the length of the crop top. Rather, the crop top, I think the length is 18 plus the allowance, which is 19, plus the allowance, which is 19. So that is the length of the crop top. So for this crop top, you really don't need that allowance. All you need is just your what's it called? All you need is just where you are going to place your bust measurement, and then the crop top length is where you are going to place the same measurement for the bust, because it's not fitted, it's not tight. But if you want it tight and fitted, because you are using zip, then you make it fitted. So the neck measurement for this, we are using our basic neck measurement is 3x3. So I've gone ahead and I've done that. 3x3 is not difficult. And then I place my shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement I'm working with is 7.5. I came down with 1 for my shoulder slope. Remember this shoulder slope, some videos we do 1.5, depends on the style that I am making. And then I'm trying to create the part where I'll place my bust allowance. That is our armhole curve. I would get an armhole curve. Sorry, I'm just trying to remember the right terms for this, So I'm trying to compare, and then whatever you have for your butt, just roll it down. Don't take your waist measurement, just roll it down, and then you create your that's me. I'm trying to create my armhole curve. So this does not really need it does not need waist tightening or something, because it's a free crop top. You can see how I'm trying to make sure I get the armhole right. It's just the armhole, the length of the crop top. You place your bust allowance, and then the measurement you have for your bust allowance, you replace it on the waistline. So you can see it's time for me to cut. It's not difficult, just follow through. It's time for me to cut. We don't need that on this. Please make sure you pay attention to this. We don't need that. You can see it's very simple, and I'm just cutting through, and which once I'm done, I'm going to cut out the shoulder slant, and then we'll move on to cutting of the back. But before then, I need to cut out the neck depth. So for this crop top, we are not going to be using a zipper. We are only going to be working with button. We are not going to be using a zipper. Please take note of that. But if you want to use a zipper, you're free. I just do what the clients want. Make sure you always do your consultation. You speak to your clients before you speak to them to ask them, do you want a zip or a button? But most crop tops like this are usually button, because you have to put a slit at the back, where since there's no zipper, you have to put a slit at the back. So you can see I've folded for the back, and there is no zipper. Everything is just equal. You can see I'm placing the front for the back. Sorry, I had to shift it a bit because I noticed that other edge was not showing. So I'm just making sure that it is equal at that edge, the folded edge, so there's no zipper. So what's next for me to do is to take my neck depth for the back, and the neck depth for the back I'm taking is 1.5. You can decide to take 2, but don't take 3. If you take 3, be too deep, except you just want it to be very deep at the back. That is the neck depth. And then I'm taking this will I call it slit at the back? Yes, where you open it with the zip, and sorry, with the button, and you're able to wear it easily. So the next thing is just to cut through. The same length for the back is the same length for the front, and then the armhole you have to curve a bit, because the armhole is not equal. You have to curve a bit, and but the the slant of the neck is the same. So I'm trying to cut through for the back. You can see it's not difficult. And then at this point I realize I have to do my what's it called, my shoulder tightening. Remember, front shoulder tightening, you come down by 0.5, while for the back you come down by 0.25. If you don't understand this, watch our previous video. Any of our previous video, we always do our shoulder tightening, so that after wearing, your dress or that of your clients will not be bulging at that neck part. At that neck part, it will not be bulging. I've explained this before. All right, so I'm done for this part, and the next part we are going to be working with is this part where I had to cut the lining of the camera, because I noticed the video was really long, and I really don't want to bore anyone. So there's a strap I had to cut to cover up the waistline and that of the hem of the crop top. So this is very important. Just cut a straight strap. There's no measurement for it. Just cut a straight strap. That will be enough for that purpose. So on that part that I marked, you're going to sew with, it's just half an inch. You notch, you top stitch like we always do, and you sew with half an inch on the side. So I just had to mark it for the purpose of those that are just visiting the channel for the first time or do not have an idea of how it is. So I've gone ahead to do that. You can see how neat it is. I had to give it a good press, and then the same will repeat for the back. So on this back was when that's a deep part. You can see that part I'm chalking out. So that part is the one I was talking about, where you have to slant it inside. Just draw, just cut in. You can go in by 5 or 6, depends on what you want. So with this, just so following the chalk, and then this is the effect I have. This is what I have. This is how it looks, and I've given it a good press. I really gave it a good press, and then see how neat it is. Please always work with your steam iron, like I mentioned. Always work with your steam iron so you can get a very good finishing and a very neat result. So I'm going to place this aside and then show you how the strap I have for each of them is. So this is the strap. We all know how to sew this. I've done this on the previous video. If you don't understand how to do this, please kindly go back to our previous video and watch how I did for the strap. So I'm done. You can see how neat it is. You can see how neat it is. Please give a good neat sewing and also give it a good press. So at this point, I want to close my shoulder, and we all know how I do close my shoulder: lining facing lining and material facing lining. Sorry, and material facing material. So that's what we are going to do on this. So I'm done with that, and then this is the skirt part. I had to close the skirt with the lining because the video was long and I really needed to finish up on time. So I've closed that shoulder. You can see how it is. I'm going to place it aside and then work on the skirt part. So what I'm going to be doing on the skirt part is just to close my zipper allowance. Remember that 2 inch we give for the butt. You can see how curvy it is on that part. You can see how curvy it is on that part. So you're just going to sew a straight line for your what's it called, for your zipper allowance. Remember the allowance to give for the up for the waist is 1, and for what I did, if yours is 1.5, do that. So if you notice, 1 connects to 2 and then to the hem of the skirt. You're just going to give it a loose stitches. Give it a loose stitches to the point where you want to put your what's it called, where you want to end the zip. Yes, give it a loose stitches. So I'm just trying to measure. I think I'm doing 9. It's a very short skirt, and then you go up for your um you go up by either by either 5 or 4. Give it a loose stitch to that point, double stitch, and give it a tight stitch on that part, and then double stitch. So we understand how we do our skirt. So that is it for that. And then I'm trying to place my measurement that we did for we took out on the skirts. If it's 2 or 1 or 1.5, please do that. Just follow the process. It's not difficult. So that part is the zipper, and you can see how neat it is. Remember how I said we are going to give allowance for the zipper and also for the slit at the back. So you can see how neat it is. Please make sure your works are very neat. So I've gone ahead to join the side of the skirt, and this is what I have. So I needed to do that off the camera because we're running out of time, and then we'll work on the sleeve. So the sleeve I'm working with is, I call it a base sleeve. Like, it's like a boba sleeve. If you're African, you understand what I'm saying. So that's what we're working with, and I've gone ahead to cut this off. If you don't know how to do this, please let me know on the comment section, so I will do a video of how to cut this sleeve. It's not difficult. So I'm just going to be sewing on that part that I'm showing you, and then this is what we have after sewing. This is what we have. And please iron. I'm saying this again, iron, and also put your button on that part. Make sure your button is there.
make sure your button is there, and then you would sew with 1 inch or ½ inch, whatever allowance you leave. But remember, it's not going to be very tight on your bust area. You just sew from the sleeve, you sew from the sleeve all the way down. We're just going to sew from the sleeve, the hem of the sleeve. You can see I'm arranging it to sew from the hem of the sleeve all the way down to the end of the crop top. So this is what we have. You can see, so this is what we have on this part of the video. And also I've gone ahead to do that, and this is the final result. So thank you everyone for watching and staying to the end of this video. I really appreciate. You can see, please make sure you iron, see how neat it is, see how very neat it is. Please if you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe, share this video to your fellow soulmates. Make sure you share. If you're a beginner, keep watching, keep following our videos, and if you haven't hit on the notification bell, kindly hit on the notification bell so you can get notified once I upload any sewing tutorial. So that will be all for now. See you on my other video. Thank you so much. Bye.